Hey guys, good morning. Good morning. It is Thankful Thursday. It is March 27th, 6:45 a.m. in the morning. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Hey. Ho. Hey. Ho. Happy Thursday. Hope you all are doing well this morning. Hope everyone slept well as always. Now feeling a little raggedy right there. Not sure why. Must be the hardener. Anyway, you guys, now snagging and catching on stuff, and that's what I don't want. So give me one moment. Just gonna use this one. I can't have that snagging on stuff. Yeah, really quick, I meant to come to y'all earlier, but when I got up, I started cleaning. Like, I haven't done anything lately, and it showed. So I got myself together, cleaned the bathroom, cleaned the living room, somewhat halfway cleaned the kitchen. Dishes need to be washed. And other than that, the kitchen is fine. Straightened my room up a little bit, put up the clothes that had dried, blah blah blah. So now it's 6:46. Made my coffee and things like that, right? So I ran out of sugar, ran out of whipped cream, ran out of creamer, so I have some brown sugar and a little bit of the whipped cream that was left. I sprayed it in there. So let's see. Actually, it's not bad. I probably should have put a little bit more of the brown sugar. But we don't want to overdo it. I put a new tooth in, but I still have to work on it. I didn't want anything. I still have to put the line there so it looked like two instead of one. And of course it's gonna be whiter because it's new. Anyway, yeah, and I didn't super make it either, but it's okay for now. I wanted to quickly share with you guys a dream, if I can remember. That's the problem. Of course, last night, same thing. When I got off work, I was extremely tired. I ended up going to sleep. I went to sleep, and then because of that, I was up off and on throughout the night. I was watching Vegas Matt. He's in Milwaukee, Wisconsin at Potawatomi. I've been there a couple of times, and he did a group pool. It was amazing. But I had a dream. Oh God, I can't remember. In the dream, I don't know if I was going to work. I don't know what the situation was, but I was at like, you know how you have those like little mini malls, little strip area where they have the stores in like a U shape. It was kind of like a little tiny mall area like that. Ooh, I had this on my head, y'all, for real. And I think I had left the mall area. I don't know if I was getting in a car or was on a bus. I don't know what or where, but I just remember hearing this loud noise. And I was like, oh my God, what in the world was that? And right in the mall area where we were, it's like, you know how you have the street lights or lamps, the big lamps. So one of the lamps had fallen and just crashed down in the area, and it was just big, huge pieces of glass everywhere. It did not hit anybody's cars. It was just in the middle. And I was thinking, oh my God, if somebody was backing out, pulling in, or just walking by, they'd have been seriously hurt. So I guess people were coming to, investigate what was going on. And then all of a sudden, in the dream, I was in the hospital. I was laying in the hospital bed, and people were, coming to visit. And it was just weird because it was family, it was co-workers that were coming. There was a co-worker that was already there. I guess this co-worker and I was somewhat in a relationship. I'm not sure what the situation was, but it was kind of awkward. Then I remember in the dream, like, everybody had left, and the nurse came and she was talking to me, and she was asking me what it was that I wanted to eat for lunch and dinner. She was getting that all situated for me. She was really nice, but she seemed really loose. And what I mean by that, she was not so reserved and held back. She was a little, really outgoing, kind of, more so than what most nurses are. And so she was leaning on the bed. She was talking to me. She was just, but she was really nice. And so, almost like she wasn't a nurse, like she was just someone in a nurse's outfit. And so she left, and then I had gotten up, I think, to use the bathroom. I'm not sure what was going on, but the doctor showed up, and she was like, okay, so we're going to do this, da 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 da. And so she had them move me to a different room. But I'm like, when they moved me to a different room, it was like a whole nother building altogether, seemed like, because all of a sudden I'm in what seemed like an assisted living, and there were so many people there, and they were all coming down to eat. They were all sitting at this, it was 2 rooms with big table, right? And so people were coming down filling up one table, then people were coming down filling up the other table. There were some people that had some disabilities and things like that, and I was there, and I was just kind of sitting on the floor like, why am I here? How did I get here? Like, the nurse asked me what did I want for lunch and dinner. I'm in the hospital in the bed. Usually they bring that to you, so I'm like, okay, what just happened? And so I ended up getting up to leave, to walk around and see, what was going on. But it seemed like as I'm walking around, I just kept walking around in circles and coming back to the same spot. And I can hear one of the residents say, oh, she must be new. She must be a new work. No, she said she must be one of the workers here, but I haven't seen her before. That's what one of the residents said. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. Like, nobody working there paying attention to, okay, who is this, right? And so I started walking around, and I ended up, I forget, I think I woke up at this point. I don't know, I was walking around. I honestly don't remember at this point. But what was weird was, it was similar to a dream that I've had before, where I end up somewhere and I'm walking around and I end up like downtown or something, just, like something was going on, event or whatever. And it seemed like this is what ended up happening here. But like I said, I woke up, and since I woke up, I just honestly can't remember anything that happened after that, and it just was so weird to me, like, to go from, and this has happened before, where I'm in the hospital and I'm moved, and when I moved, it's like, where am I? Like it's a whole other part of the hospital, a whole other universe or something that just happened, and like I had no clue what was going on. And again, what's crazy is I've had so many similar dreams, and even talking to y'all now, I'm recalling a dream that I had being in the hospital, and I was being taken to being moved. Being in the hospital. I think I was there to see someone else, if I'm not mistaken, and we kept going from room to room to room for some reason, and it was just weird because in each room it seemed like something was going on, right? And we were trying to get out of there. Basically, what it boiled down to at the end of the day, we were trying to get out of there, and it's just so weird that I keep having every now and then dreams similar to that, And like I said, I don't know. She asked me what I wanted. Everything was pretty, normal at that point. Even though the fact that how I got there and why I got there was I don't know. I know it did not have anything to do with the little mall, the little mini mall area. It didn't have anything to do with that situation. You know, it was just weird, like little pieces of stuff, like, you know, is what I was dreaming about. And it just, I don't know, I just thought I would share that, because sometimes, you know, you have those dreams that it just don't make sense, you know, and sometimes there's more than one, you know, it just don't make sense. And to somebody else, it may make sense. To somebody else, they may have had a dream similar, you know. I don't know, but I just thought that I should and would share it with you guys. Anyway, I hope you guys, like I said, are doing well. Today is Thursday. We have one more day. Today and tomorrow, I will be doing the list, working on the project by myself. You know, trying to get everything out there for everyone to work on, make sure it's in a timely manner, make sure everything is correct. Then I have to do the reports and blah 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 blah. So I'm a little bit nervous about it, but at the same time, you know, I'm just gonna trust God and I'm just gonna do what I have to do. My supervisor, if I need help, will be available, as well as the other supervisor. Tomorrow my supervisor is off, so it's like, you know, I really gotta figure it out. Today, I think when I get off work, I'm going to go ahead and try and tackle my head, do something with it, because it's just a mess, as you can see, and I just really don't want to be bothered with it. I really don't. Every time I do my hair, I end up breaking nails and everything. Like, I just really don't want to be bothered with it, but I can't be walking around looking crazy. So most definitely I will tackle it. It is 6:57, so I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I hope you guys have an amazing day. I hope you remember to say your prayers, not just for your family, friends, and loved ones, but all your brothers and sisters in Christ. I hope you remember to treat people the way God would, and expect great things. Expect great things to happen to you, through you, and for you on this day. Okay? That definitely has to go back in the microwave before I start work. So I'm going to definitely try to log on about 7:15. You know, I'll get in and try to get things up and going a little bit early. So yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Have a good morning. Hey guys, it is 11:18. My lunch is at 11:15 until 11:45. I'm just taking a quick break. I am so tired. I really am. Like, I just found myself getting so sleepy. And then they asked us, they said that there was so many calls in the queue, and they needed us to get on the phone and at least take 2 calls. And my one call was more than 2 calls, because I was stuck, kind of like. I had a doctor call, was calling back actually, and he wanted to know the copay amount. You know, he wanted me to run the claim and get the copay amount. I was like, I can't do that, you know, for HIPAA reasons, you know. He says, okay, well, he says I have the mom on the line. You know, the child is only 12, so obviously the mom. I was like, okay, so I go to run it based off of what was already done, the previous rep. And I got to one point where instead of, normally when I run it, I just keep hitting yes to the end and it give me the information. But in this case, it did not. It stopped. And it's because it was saying something about a copay, you know, we need a copay code. I was like, oh my God. And so, well, actually, something about a copay. So anyway, I ended up having to call the assist line. The information that he was giving me, we already had it in the system, so I was like, okay, good, I don't have to input and change anything, you know. But I did have them holding for a while until I figured, you know, let me just go ahead and call the assistance line, because I am stuck here. So I called. She did the exact same thing that I did, but that one part where I got stuck at, she said to what did she say? To click on it and then click number 3 always number 3. And see, I didn't know that, and I may have and just didn't remember it, obviously. So once we did that, we went back, got the copay code, entered where it needed to go, and then reran it, and it went through. Her copay was still high, but the rep said, to check and see if there was a virtual card available as well. It usually is. And so I mentioned that, and the doctor was like, well, how about we run this then? And she was like, the mom was like, no, we already did that. She says, I already did that with them. And she said the other way was more expensive. So I was so glad about that. But doctor did go ahead and say he'll call and follow up on that and get back with us. So I was happy about that. And then I quickly was asking the young lady, is the queue clear? She was like, not quite, but you can go ahead and go back over. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Which, at this point now I'm rushing, because in taking time to get on the phone, which the phones are more important, I understand that, but doing that, it took me away from what I was doing, which, now would make it longer for me to get through everything. So I started rushing. And the reason why was because the first part of my task, I wasn't paying attention. And so part of the second, I would have never had to worry about, because part of it would have already been done. But because I did some, but didn't do all, because it dawned on me at the last minute. But whatever. I'm going through it pretty quickly. So I let her know. I worked quick as I can for those 15 minutes. And then I let her know I'm going on lunch now at 11:15. When I come back at 11:45, because I had told her I would do the summary report at 12, like yesterday. My list I did fine this morning. I just forgot to add somebody on, corrected that, sent it out. So when I come back from lunch at 11:45, I will use that 15 minutes to bust my butt and finish that list, and then at 12 do my summary and hope they don't ask us to get on the phones. But at 12 do my summary report. Hopefully I should have that done by 12:15 or later than maybe 12:20, and then I can make my calls. Hopefully I won't have a lot to call, but I can make my call out at, if everything go to plan, 12:30. I can be on the phone making my calls. Hopefully by 1 be done with that, and then I can spend the rest of the time entering all that information onto the tracker and then the notes, and then I'll be done with my list, and then I can maybe either take on a few more or let her know I'm done for the day and leave a little early, which is what I would really like to do. Don't really want to do, because you leave early, that's, well, I could always use that PTO time, but still, especially because it's busy, so I'm hoping I don't have to get on the phones, and then that way, I could do a little bit more, and then my last break of the day, change my clothes and stuff. No, I'll probably still wait till 4, because 9 times out of 10 my sister will be here about 5, so it won't take me long to get ready. So between 4 and 4:30 I should be ready, as long as I'm done at 4. That's what I'm worried about, because I have been doing a little over. So maybe I'll leave an hour early. Maybe I'll do that. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I just really want to lay down, close my eyes. So I'm laying here. I figure if I lay down, I'll be okay. Crazy cat laying down over there, stretched out. He was in the hallway right in front of Jeremiah's room door, but as soon as I came out, I guess he said, let me mess with her a bit, because I put him out of my room. When Jeremiah came in there, he came in with Jeremiah, and I was like, oh no, because he keeps going drinking the water, the plant water. So I was like, Chapo, you gotta go. And He came in, laid on top of my Bible. I was like, of all the places to lay, you gonna lay on my Bible, huh? And I guess he got the idea. Either that or he followed Jeremiah, because I noticed I didn't see him. And when I came out, he was in front of Jeremiah's door. So, yeah. Anyway, guys. Just lay here for a minute, and then I'm going to get back to it. Talk to y'all later. Bye. I'm on my break. I just got a few moments left, but I just had to share with y'all. It's so beautiful out here. Beautiful. It can rain. The air is fresh and feeling good. It didn't rain. It looks clean. Oh my gosh, it's just amazing, y'all. Amazing. I'm just enjoying this weather. Hopefully y'all can see me. Jeremiah went to the store. Oh, it's so beautiful out, y'all. It's so beautiful out. Ooh, what a pretty green Charger. It's like a olive green. Beautiful color green. Wow. That was pretty. I just saw somebody come out, and I know they're not a very good driver. I'm curious if they're gonna get out this spot without hitting somebody's car. Yep, but they did. They must be finna park in front of the house. It is so nice, y'all. The birds are chirping. It is beautiful. I love it. It's chilly, but it's not freezing. It's just it's definitely chilly. Oh, I got a headache. Oh, I have a headache so bad. So yeah, I do have to definitely go and get a few things from the store, because just going and grabbing stuff every day is just too much. But like I said, I just been too tired to do anything, and they have not really been here because they've been working. You know, they got these notes, these cars that got to be paid. You know, and you need the vehicles to work. So, you know, so today, hopefully, I'll be able to grab a few things. If not today, tomorrow, for sure, I'll get out and get some stuff. Lavelle has to work tomorrow. I'm not sure Jeremiah's schedule tomorrow as of yet. But right now he just ran to the store, and then he'll be back. He did say he had a job to do, so I'm not sure what time he's gonna do that. But yeah. Sometimes people just be blowing, I feel like, because they don't know what they're doing. It was totally no reason for that guy to blow. Of course, he was blowing because he knew somebody. That's a possibility as well. Always a possibility. These buildings across the way, they got parking in the back. So nice. It's enough room for it, that's for sure, because the building is definitely, you know, big and wide. You know, it's multiple apartments and things. Every day you hear the ambulance. Hopefully everybody's okay. See the ambulance or the police. Oh, jeez. Anyway, guys, gotta go. 9:27. Break is over. I will talk to y'all later. Bye.